Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a check out the performance of the Xiaomi 11T against the Xiaomi Mi 10T. And the Xiaomi Mi 10T is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset with 8 GB of RAM, while the new 11T is powered by a new MediaTek Dimensity 1200 Ultra processor with 8 GB of RAM as well. On the back, we have a triple cameras on both phones. We have a 64 megapixel main camera. Also, we have a 13 megapixel ultra wide. We also have a 5 megapixel macro. While on the Xiaomi 11T, we have a 108 megapixel main camera. Also, we have 8 megapixel ultra wide. We also have a 5 megapixel telemacro as well. Also, the back is made up of glass on both phones. We have a Corning Gorilla Glass version 5 on both phones. Also, the sides on both phones also made up of aluminium, and both phones also has a side mounted fingerprint scanner on the bottom. No headphone jack on both phones, and both phones also has a dual speakers. That's really good thing. On the front, we have a Corning Gorilla Glass version 5 versus a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the Xiaomi 11T. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how much a difference between a Xiaomi Mi 10T versus the new Xiaomi 11T in apps opening speed as well as in the boot up test. So now let's see the boot up test. Like always, here we go. And the logo is came up first on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. Also, we have Android 11 on both phones. We have MIUI version 12.5, and also the Mi 10T, it is a more heavier phone as compared to the 11T. Also more thicker as well. And you can see both phones perform exactly the same, about half a second difference there. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. And 6.67-inch Full HD AMOLED display which can produce up to 1 billion colors. Also, we have 120Hz refresh rate on the Xiaomi 11T, while on the Mi 10T we also have a 6.67-inch Full HD IPS LCD display. Also, we have 144Hz refresh rate as well, and both phones also has a punch hole which is on the center on the 11T as compared to on the left hand side on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. The display is much improved on the new Xiaomi 11T, and both phones also has a 5000 mAh battery size. We have a 33 watt super fast charging on the Xiaomi Mi 10T versus a 67 watt fast charging on the Xiaomi 11T. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also, we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. And the first application we have is the phone dialer. Little bit warm up, here we go. That is a little more faster on the Xiaomi 11T. So next on the list is the settings. That is exactly the same on both phones. Now let's go to the display on both phones, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on the 11T versus a 144Hz refresh rate on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. So now let's check out some more application like Amazon Shopping launching at the same time. Again, we have a Snapdragon 865 versus a Dimensity 1200, little more faster on the Xiaomi 11T. So now let's see just scrolling. That is feels really smooth on both phones. Not a difference between 120Hz and 144Hz, but no lag whatsoever on both phones. But obviously I like AMOLED display over the IPS LCD display. Now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. Exactly the same on both phones. So let me show you the speakers on both phones. So here's the speakers of the Xiaomi 11T max volume. Now let's see the speakers on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. And you can see, and the Mi 10T also has dual speakers. The second speaker inside the earpiece, not on the top, which is on the top on the 11T. Yes, on the speakers it is much better on the 11T as compared to the Mi 10T. So the speakers it is improved a lot. Now let's see Instagram. Exactly the same. Let's see Pinout. A little more faster on the Xiaomi 11T, no difference. Now let's see Snapchat again. Now let's see Spotify, faster again on the Xiaomi 11T. Now let's see Subway Surfer, and the Subway Surfer should be more faster on the 11T. Yes, it is more faster there, and you can see, and the Mi 10T it is also right behind there. So the Xiaomi 11T is perform more faster. So that's really big difference. Now let's see Temper and 2 on both phones. Let's see which one is faster. And the loading screens, it is not available on the latest version. I don't know why. You can see and the Xiaomi 11T more faster there. So the performance in heavy application more faster on the 11T. Now let's open the PUBG Mobile on both phones and let's see which one is faster. Yes, 11T more faster, so which means that in the game app loading time it is more faster on the Xiaomi 11T as compared to the Mi 10T. You can see about 1 or 2 second difference there. Now let's talk about the graphics on both phones, and both phones has give you a smooth graphics with 90 fps on both phones. After that we have ultra frame rate on the 11T versus extreme frame rate on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. I will also making the separate PUBG test between the Xiaomi 11T versus the Xiaomi Mi 10T on my channel, so if you are interested stay tuned. Now let's opening up the tutor, and the tutor faster on the new 11T, let it move faster there. Now let's open Zedge, and the Zedge faster on the Xiaomi 11T as compared to the Mi 10T. Now let's see the scrolling, and really smooth on both phones, no lag whatsoever. Again we have 120Hz versus a 144Hz refresh rate on the Xiaomi Mi 10T. Now let's open the AnTuTu benchmark on both phones, and you can see and the AnTuTu it is open exactly the same on both phones. You can see the CPU temperature on both phones. Now first decrease the volume on both phones, and now let's go auto brightness on both phones, and now let's see that who is going to be the fastest one in the AnTuTu benchmark. And you can see the display is also much better on the Xiaomi 11T. Now let's run this at the same time. Okay guys, I'm back, and you can see and the Xiaomi Mi 10T it is more faster in the AnTuTu benchmark, and the 11T it is also right behind there. Now the 11T it is also done. While I'm talking you can see the scores on both phones, and you can see and the Xiaomi Mi 10T AnTuTu benchmark scores is much higher as compared to the Xiaomi 11T AnTuTu benchmark score, and you can see we have 6,50,000 scores on the Xiaomi Mi 10T versus 5,68,000 scores on the Xiaomi 11T. Also you can see the CPU temperature on both phones, which is also very similar on both phones. So guys, overall up to say that in the long term, and the Xiaomi Mi 10T is perform again more better as compared to the Xiaomi 11T, because on the Xiaomi 11T we have some heating issue in the long term. And guys, if you want to know more about the heating wise of the Xiaomi Mi 10T versus the Xiaomi 11T, wait for my PUBG test between these two devices. Last time I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. That is exactly the same on both phones, no difference there. Again we have a 64 megapixel main camera versus a 108 megapixel main camera on the Xiaomi 11T. Now let's see internet browse speed. I am seeing for Google Chrome on both phones. Let's see wikipedia.org, same Wi-Fi network as well, let it move faster on the Xiaomi 11T. Now let's see the scrolling, that is feeds again very smooth on both phones, no difference there. 120Hz versus a 144Hz, very hard to tell in my opinion which one is 120Hz and which one 144Hz. Next on the list is the apple.com, and apple.com should be more faster, yes, more faster on the Xiaomi 11T as compared to the Xiaomi Mi 10T. So now let's see the scrolling, again no lag whatsoever on both phones, very smooth. Now let's see RAM management on both phones, and both phones has 8GB of RAM. Now let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Now let's start off with the phone dialer, no refresh. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping and that got refresh on the Xiaomi 11T, but looks like not refreshed, I'm not sure about that. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, that is 100% refresh on the Xiaomi 11T. Let's see Instagram, seems like refresh, seems like in-app refresh. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Let's see Pinout, Again refresh on the Xiaomi 11T, and the Mi 10T is performed really good in the RAM management. Now let's see Snapchat, seems like refresh. Now let's see Spotify, seems like refresh again. Now let's see Subway Surfer, refresh on the Xiaomi 11T. Let's see Temper 2 and the Temper 2 refresh on both phones. Now let's see PUBG Mobile, and the PUBG Mobile also got refresh on the Xiaomi 11T, and you can see RAM management, it is really bad on the Xiaomi 11T, which is also happened on the Xiaomi Mi 10T when this phone is come in the start, but after some time the RAM management it is improved on this phone as well. Now let's opening up the Twitter, that is not refresh. Zedge, seems like refresh, in-app refresh I think. Now let's see AnTuTu benchmark, that is also not refresh on both phones. Again you can see the battery percentage on both phones exactly the same. Last way back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see. And guys, over up to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that, and the Xiaomi 11T is perform more faster as compared to the Xiaomi Mi 10T. In the game app running time, I would say that in system based application both phones is perform very similar, yes, in long term. And the Snapdragon 865 Mi 10T is perform more stable as compared to the Xiaomi 11T with MediaTek Dimensity 1200 Ultra processor. In terms of the RAM wise, and the Xiaomi Mi 10T is performed really good in the RAM management as compared to the Xiaomi 11T. That's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Xiaomi 11T versus the Xiaomi Mi 10T. Again, wait for my PUBG test between these two devices. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. And I will see you in my next video. Peace out.